Good morning, you badass motherfuckers. We get back on here. Another fucking day. Good morning, you motherfuckers. It's the All On Me, the morning drinking show. I'm your host, Greg. You know what the fuck the drill is, man. We be getting on here every fucking day since January 1st, 2022. Right back in the day when everybody was like, new year, new me. I'm fucking motivated. New life, new year, manifesting my dreams. All this shit. Now we up in the midst of fucking April, man. We realizing a lot of you been April Fools, tricking yourselves into what is real, motherfuckers. What is real? A lot of you seem like you allergic to some shit. Right now in New Mexico, northern New Mexico, man, allergies are a motherfucker. We got so much dust and pollen and winds and all these things going on in the air. Most people got some kind of sensitivity to the pollen that's kicked up this time of the year, transitioning in seasons. But some of y'all motherfuckers is allergic to all the good things that could transform your life, right? You're allergic to eating healthy. You're allergic to getting some exercise in, right? You're allergic to having positive thoughts about yourself, believing in your fucking self, right? You're allergic to disconnecting from that toxic relationship that's holding you back. And sometimes the toxic relationship isn't with another person, motherfuckers. It's with yourself. The most toxic relationship you could have is not with somebody else, right? It truly is with ourselves. If we are beating ourselves up mentally, emotionally, spiritually, energetically, physically, just sitting on the sidelines of life, right? Are you going through some shit? Anybody out there listening, watching this motherfucking talking head going through some shit in 2022? Wow. It's crazy how life can just fucking wreck us, man. It can wreck us without even getting in a wreck, without even having the fucking, right? The ambulance come, the cops come, the fucking wreckers come. We just wreck ourselves emotionally, mentally, right? Just in our heads, right? Because we cling to all these things that we think are the fucking solutions, right? We cling to things. Some of y'all motherfuckers might be clinging to this and not really putting in the work and saying, it's just another bullshit, fucking whatever, right? But trust me, I've clung onto, held onto a lot of different shit. We're talking mostly religious shit, religious practices and rituals and procedures that are supposed to bring about this transformation of life. But it's really built on what? Life after death. And it really doesn't transform the essence of who we are, man. The dark nights of the soul. Man, I've been going through some dark nights of the soul lately. Are you going through some shit? Right? Are you going through shit? How do you handle your shit when you're going through it, right? Because we all got shit, motherfuckers. I was thinking about that yesterday. I don't care who you are on this planet, right? The most spiritual, the most wealthy, the poorest motherfucker, the most powerful motherfuckers out there, right? The most spiritually tuned people, the most zealous people, right? We all have suffering. We're all going through a level or a degree of suffering inside of our fucking bodies. And guess where it starts? In our minds. And where it starts even before that, we've been talking a lot about trauma, childhood fucking trauma, and how these events when we're little kids, right? How much trauma, how much pain we felt, how terrified we felt by our caregivers, right? And a lot of us hold on to this shit, man, for fucking ever, for our whole entire lives. We'll fucking hold on to some shameful, deep, dark, secret, scary stuff like our entire life, man. I talked to people recently, 80-year-old ladies, still dealing with fucking trauma from 2 years old. But like 80 years have passed and she ain't healed it yet? No. You know, the fucking toughest thing of this season, like even just this past week, motherfuckers, is that I've had this intention on truly healing, unblocking these chakras, these energy centers within our fucking being, man, spiritual, physical being, and unblocking shit because I want to heal with intention. And it's true. I seen a meme this morning that was like, sometimes the pain of healing is greater than the pain of the original wound. Has anybody experienced that? Right? Where it's like you had something happen that's hurt you deeply, right? I'm talking about some deep fucking wounds. I ain't talking about paper cuts this morning, motherfuckers. We talking about fucking emotional, deep fucking wounds, man, on the soul, in our heart, beyond the heart even. It's like, I'm talking soul fucking wounds, man. Shit that we fucking just agonize over on this internal subconscious level, right? And through so much of that, carrying around those wounds that are at the soul level, man, comes out so many toxic, really fucking bad habits, man. That motherfucker there chasing after fucking getting drunk everywhere for all them years, causing myself even more heartache and pain, right? Thinking that, fuck, there's something wrong with me, when it's just we don't have a fucking playbook. A lot of times we don't learn how to have a fucking healthy relationship with our own selves. Even from the youngest age, everything is externalized, right? Submitting to authorities, right? Parental fucking authority over us, right? From our parents to our grandparents or any kind of adult figures that are in our lives, certainly teachers, educators, principals, we learn about a hierarchy of authority, right? And we're supposed to submit to them motherfuckers. And then we get even older, some of us get infused with doctrine of religious stuff, that more submission, man. Get down on your fucking knees, motherfuckers. That's how you strive through life. Thriving through life is getting on your fucking knees. So is that how when you're going through some shit, is that what you do? Do you drop down to your knees and say, I'm gonna submit, something's wrong with me, something's wrong, I need help, help, please help. Ain't nobody coming to help your ass, man, because most people don't give two fucks about what you're going through. I'm sorry to fucking tell you the truth today. We drop truth fucking bombs here. That's why our fucking logo's a grenade, motherfuckers. You don't like that shit, you're a complainer, pull that fucking pin, stuff that motherfucker down your throat. See what happens. But we always want someone to come to our rescue, right? I can remember in my last relationship, right, there, and going through therapy, talking about the rescuer, the victim, right, and the fucking the perpetrator, right, the bad person. And it's like we want people to come to our rescue when shit's getting tough. And in the season that I'm in right now of singularity, of just doing life right now, I've been doing life on life's terms ever since I got sober, right? I've just said, look, the VA docs, all these motherfuckers wanted to prescribe me all these crazy pills, these psychotropic things, happy pills, whatever the fuck you want to call it. That's one thing about me is I don't do that shit. I'm not down with doing all kinds of weird fucking popping pills to feel better. Like, it's just, that shit don't work. I'd rather do life on life's terms. I do like some homeopathic stuff. But I truly believe that healing has been a big part of my motivation throughout this journey. Is like truly fucking healing old wounds, old fucking wounds, the old shit. And it's a lot about the story. But what's interesting is the shit we go through today is in many ways directly connected to old wounds, old pain, old fucking hurts that have what? Not been healed. Because we, again, don't have a playbook on healing, right? You go show up this weekend, pay your membership, dude, dress nice and pretty, take your picture with a fucking bunny, right? And then say the magic prayer, and then what? What happens? You healed? You all healed? You good? You could be good? Like let's all just say the prayer right now, and let's make everybody fucking healed. Bullshit, man. It don't work, right? You can tell yourself that shit is what heals you, man. But on the fucking deep levels, it don't do it. It doesn't do it. You can fucking put whatever you want. I ain't trying to rattle your cage. I ain't trying to take away your beliefs. But you know that when you're in the dark nights of the soul, right, you are truly having to deal with you. No one else. You can't go crying to nobody else. You have the internal fucking pain and suffering. It's just tearing you up from the inside, right? Go say the magic words, go do the prayer, right? And see if it heals it. Does it heal it? Right? Does it take your state of mind outside of it? Maybe, yeah. It probably does take you to a better place. But how does it heal? Right? If you get like a fucking cut, I got this big ass fucking cut on my thumb, right? And I'm watching it heal, right? It's healing on its own. It takes fucking time. This shit happened last weekend. And it's gonna probably take like 2 to 3 weeks because I know I have another fucking wound on my thumb, right? That was very similar. And this shit happened like 3 weeks ago. And it's almost fully healed, but not completely healed. But when we talking about emotional wounds, right? The deep shit, right? It's like invisible shit, but it's a part of us, man. It's fucking heavy. How does that heal? How do you heal that? How do you heal an emotional wound? Is it really just you say a prayer? Right? Call upon the Lord, call upon your God to say, heal me, just heal me, make me fucking whatever is broken on the inside of me, whatever is hurting me on the inside, subconsciously. If you just call upon an external force, right, you then it heals it like instant, or how does it work? Because trust me, I was very, very faithful, very, very connected to that. And here I am years later, having disconnected from that, still saying, wait, there's some deep fucking wounds inside of me. And recently I've been going through some very dark nights of the soul. And those nights usually fucking go to a point of exhaustion with a lot of tears, right? And a lot of just fucking moans, man, like real emotional breakdowns, because there's this shit that has to come out, that you have to acknowledge and process and honor. That's the biggest thing, is honoring the pain. Because usually when the pain wants to say, hello, do you remember me? Do you remember me? Like, because you have these thoughts. You have these thoughts of things that caused you fucking emotional trauma, right? You have like the reoccurring thoughts of events that caused you harm in an emotional, spiritual, psychological way. And we think that, oh, well, that was 10 years ago. That's 20 years ago, 40 years ago, 80 years ago, that somehow it's fucking healed. No, it ain't, man. It don't heal. It don't go away. This takes real fucking intention. And I'm still trying to dissect, how does it come about? Because it's so fucking painful, man. Healing, I get it now. I get why most of you don't want to fuck with your past. Don't want to fuck with the shit that's hurt you. Because it's more painful in many ways to heal than it was for the fucking shit that even happened to you. But there's something about when we don't go inward. And I was having kind of a deep conversation last night with a friend, and it's like I'm trying to figure this whole thing out. I'm like at neutral. I'm not like, I believe there's like a God or a source or the universe, and I'm kind of telling it all, fuck you, because I'm trying to figure out what is the point of it all, right? What is the point of it all, right? Is the whole point of this existence to realize that we're not good enough as is, that we need to be saved? And then if we do realize that we come to that awakening point that we're not good enough, you were born into a very fucking harsh situation, lots of trauma happened, lots of trauma fucking caused you to then act in ways that were also harmful to your life and your health and all these things. And yet if you just find that, guess what, you're not good enough by yourself, you're not good enough to just have self-discovery, to go through your own spiritual journey of really kind of saving yourself, like really just trying to say like, okay, who am I? Right? It starts there. Who am I? right? Like, am I my name? Am I a father? Am I a husband or a wife or a mother or a teacher? Are you your job? Are you a worker? Are you your nationality? Like, what is it that you are? Right. And we identify so much with just our personality, the person you guys see over here, the person you see in the mirror when you look in the mirror, right? The name, when we see our ID, right? We're identified through IDs, government issued IDs, right? Track us and fucking give us more validity to our personality. But is that truly who the fuck we are? And so I'm kind of going through these like really fucking expanding fucking thoughts of existence. And there's just still so much shit that just, I'm not trying to make sense of it all, but I'm just looking at it from sort of a critical mindset, right? Open-minded criticalness to say I'm not fixed on any belief, right? You can come at me with your beliefs and try and convince me. Some of you like to put your little comments in there based on your belief, and it's cute. It's like it's good shit. Like I was there too. I used to fall back on that stuff, and I'm always flattered when people put nice, thoughtful, positive vibration messages there based on their beliefs. But I'm just like stepped back right now to where as I step back from connection with what? Societal beliefs, right? The conformity, norms of culture, right? Norms of culture, life and death, how we respond in those situations, right? What are our beliefs beyond life? Why do we invest so much in this life? Why do we cling to our life? Why do we value life? Why do we mourn people that die, right? When it's a constant, life and death, right? Birth and death is a constant, and yet we mourn it, like we grieve the passing of a fucking soul. But aren't souls eternal? But then why are some souls in our beliefs marked as, bad souls, and they're gonna, live in damnation for eternity? And then some souls, if you wake up and acknowledge that you weren't good enough and that you needed the savior, right? That somehow you get to have the fucking bougie fucking chill life for eternity. It's kind of funny, man. These stories are very interesting. And we have societal norms, and it really shapes how do we behave, how do we act, what really holds us back, so that when we are going through shit, when we're going through tough times, right? It could be a litmus. And there's so many things that a human experiences that you have to almost accept that you're never going to be without challenging times, hard fucking times. Like it's really in this world, it's hard to say that, because one thing that I'm learning kind of real time, you motherfuckers, is that growth, right? It comes through pain and suffering. And I don't understand why it has to be like that. Why can't we just grow and develop naturally into the highest form of what we're capable of being as a human being? Why do we have to have all these distractions? Why do we have to have all the government structure, right? The voting, like, is the voting really fucking important to us, right? Paying them taxes, submitting to systems and fucking government policies. Is all that shit really fucking important? Like, why can't we just be free to be alive, right? To just be alive and to not have all these external distractions, because the more distracted you are externally, right? Watching all the news, man. How many motherfuckers spend hours upon hours watching world news, statewide news, reading the newspaper, reading the fucking, all the different newses, man, to overwhelm you, to feel like you're informed, like that you have more knowledge and somehow you are in a better situation intellectually speaking to be able to understand the world around you. But do you truly understand the world around you? Because every one of these news agencies are not in it for your best interest. They're in it for dollars. They have shareholders. It's all about making money, motherfuckers. And trust me, over the course of time, they know what stories and headlines will catch your attention, will get you to click now. Before, it was just trying to sell papers. They knew volume, but it's still a volume game. They want you to be able to click on a fucking story. So a lot of times the headline won't even really be included in the story. It's just to grab you, fucking get you to click on it because it's shocking or it's intriguing or it's just, it has enough curiosity in it where you're like, whoa, what the fuck? I didn't know this was going on. I need to find out more about it. And so the more distracted you are with the external world, the less connected you're going to be with your internal world. And regardless of what your beliefs are, I don't give two fucks what you believe. I don't judge your beliefs. I don't hate on your beliefs, but don't come at me with your bullshit, right? It's just like, believe what you want to believe. What I do know is that it is essential for us to get connected with ourselves, with our internal being, our higher self, right? You can look at it and through any lens that you want, but we have this like soul level, this subconscious soul fucking being inside of us that transcends this body. It does go past and beyond this body, this energy, the life force, the spirit, the soul, all of these things are present right now in this conversation. You have yours, I have mine. And it's like, if you're so consumed about all the shit going on around you, how much time do you really spend sorting through who you are, knowing yourself, processing your fucking pain and your suffering? Like, it does take time to heal, but it takes time with intention. Just like it takes time to build success, to build results that truly are fucking gonna be long lasting. It takes time, but it also takes what? Consistency, an intention, a fucking plan. You can't just waver in the wind like a fucking branch, on a tree. Like just allowing for the wind to just pass through you. Like, you can do that. I can't say you can't do that. You do whatever the fuck you want. That's the crazy thing about this world is many people are going to go their whole life just fucking flailing in the wind like a flag, right? Some days the wind is down and you're just fucking limp as fuck. And then other days it's blowing like a motherfucker and the flag's about to rip off the fucking pole. And it's like, you're okay with that because you don't really want to set an intention. You don't really want to fucking march and like figure out who the fuck you are. Put your life in motion. Like, come out with some intention. Come out swinging, motherfuckers, with some hunger and some fire in your fucking belly to get the fuck off the sideline and say, you know what? I got one shot at this fucking life. I don't know if I get to live a gazillion lives after or for eternity in the golden fucking streets, right? Whenever this fucking game is over. But you do know you got today. And there is a lot of fucking power in one day because it is all you have right now. What's gone is gone. What's happened has happened. What hasn't happened yet hasn't fucking happened yet. But if it's positive things you are like hoping for, you're looking towards, you're aiming at, right? Start bringing in the feelings of those positive things. But at the end of the day, we're all going to be faced with going through some shit, right? With truly processing the deep, dark shit of our soul. And what I've been experiencing in this most recent week, really, is that it's a fucking painful process. Healing is a painful process. And that's why most of you motherfuckers won't do it. And that's really why you fucking use social fucking gatherings, drinking, getting high, fucking popping pills, right? Whatever you can do to give you some pleasure that you know is temporary, right? Let's be honest. Most pleasure that we seek is very temporary. Right? Whether it's fucking erotic pleasure, right? Substance abuse pleasure, being entertained by sports and fucking celebrities and movies and music even. It's all temporary. It doesn't last. It doesn't carry itself over to when you're laying there in the middle of the fucking night and you can't sleep because you can't turn off the fucking thoughts that keep coming up, keep reoccurring in the darkest fucking nights of your soul. and you don't know what to do with that shit. You don't know what to do. So what do? You cry out for help. Do you pray to God? Do you pray to Jesus? Do you pray to Allah? Do you pray to Buddha? Right? Do you throw in some mindfulness? Like, how do you go through your shit when you're going through that dark night? Like, do you actually stop and sit there and honor the fact that you're having these thoughts? Like, can you, like, that's an approach that I'm doing. That's what I'm trying to share with you guys, is a teachable fucking moment. Is that when you're in this fucking place where you're just hurting, man, like mentally you're exhausted, fucking emotionally, physically, you're just like, you're feeling all of this pressure and this stress and this feeling of being overwhelmed, right? What is your way of getting through that? Is it saying, you know what, fuck this shit, I'm gonna start drinking. Fuck this shit, I'm gonna get high. Fuck this shit, I'm gonna take some pills. Fuck this shit, I'm gonna blow my fucking brains out, right? That's a fucking other reality. A lot of motherfuckers, right? I come out of the veteran community and the statistic is still there. 22 a day, man. 22 fucking veterans take their life each and every day. That's a real fucking stat. That means every 2.5 days, that's equal to an NFL football team. Every month and a half, that's equal to the entire fucking NFL of veterans, man. Men and women that have fucking served this country proudly in the face of fucking terror and fucking evil and darkness. And yet they come back here and they can't fucking numb the pain, right? And if you're someone that is feeling an excruciating amount of emotional, psychological pain, just know, don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give the fuck up. Tomorrow can be better than your today, right? Today can still be better. It's still fucking new. You can still switch gears and turn the fucking thinking of your mind. And it's hard. Like the last 2 days, 3 days, man, like my mind has been relentlessly trying to force these fucking thoughts at me to deal with. And I'm just in that place now where I'm at least tune enough with myself in a way that I've never been before, right? I can be honest with you guys. The drunk motherfucker, right? 2 DWIs, domestic violence charges, all that shit, dude. I went most of my life processing my pain with anger and fucking rage, man. Period. Period. That was my default. That is how I dealt with feeling insecure, feeling unworthy, feeling abandoned, feeling rejected, right? Not feeling good enough. I used fucking anger and rage, motherfuckers. Like fierce anger, man. Very passionate fucking like anger. And I felt it even yesterday. I was at the gym and I just walked in there, man, and I had a fucking chip on my shoulder because I've been fighting with my soul. I've been battling the universe in the darkest nights of my soul. And it's like, but the difference is, so here's the difference, is that for most of my life, I used anger as a way to solve my issues, my problems, my emotional fucking hurt. Now, I've allowed for the anger to still be present when necessary, but it doesn't control me the way it used to because I now know and name a whole lot of other fucking emotions. Like I used to just think anytime I was uncomfortable, anger was the fucking solution, right? Getting angrier, like just digging fucking deep, right? To get like almost like psycho or fucking crazy, like, yeah, let's fucking go, you know? And it's like, there's a need for that shit, right? When your life's under threat, when there's some bad shit about to go down, like you need to get to that fucking beast mode, that dark fucking beast. And I'm grateful I have that. Motherfuckers ain't gonna come at me with some bullshit. However, where I have transcended just that limiting emotional fucking state of being, which a lot of you that are listening to this, you're still there. You're still operating on a fucking pattern that you cannot break. It controls you because I was there. My anger used to fucking control me, meaning it would just be there. I used to describe it in therapy, you guys, as like I felt like there was just lava under the surface of like my psyche, right? My psychological makeup. I would just have lava, right? Like a fucking volcano, man. and there was just lava there. And I don't know but what I've learned, right, is my triggers. So before I didn't really have an awareness of fucking triggers. What triggered me, right, to cause the lava to then fucking erupt, right, or to have a fucking gush or whatever it was. And it's like, what I would also describe is that once the lava did surface, once I was triggered, right, I felt like I was not in control of how I was behaving, right? I felt like I was observing and almost like a hostage of this situation as it unfolds, right? And that shit used to scare the fuck out of me because I'm like, dude, I don't have fucking control. I can't trust myself to be safe, to be a safe place, to have self fucking control. And it seems so innocent. Like it seems so simple. Oh man, what? Control? You don't have control over yourself? Motherfuckers, be honest with yourself. You know that there are certain emotions that dominate your fucking life. And most of the time, these emotions that dominate our life are not love, joy, and happiness. It's just not that way, man. So it's usually these negative fucking emotions. And when they pop their little head out, right? When they are triggered, when you are triggered, what does that usually do? Does it leave you feeling better? Does it leave the relationships and the people around you feeling more supported and loved and cared for? No, it makes them feel fucking hurt. It usually causes you to hurt other people. And for me, when I would use my anger, my tongue, right? I never beat any motherfuckers down, man. Like I don't do that. Like I don't just fucking wail on motherfuckers. My anger comes out with a voice. You guys hear how fucking passionate I get. So when I'm pissed the fuck off, man, and I start fucking unloading, it's verbal assault, man. It's fucking nasty because I can be very harsh. And you can only imagine how, if I'm being harsh towards somebody else, that ain't shit. You should see how fucking harsh I am to myself, beating my own fucking self up. And that's what I'm trying to help you motherfuckers with, like journaling, getting serious about this shit, realizing that you have a very fucking toxic relationship with who? Yourself. And if you want to improve the relationships with other people, you got to fix your fucking self, man. Your self relationship, caring for yourself. But when I talk about how my anger used to control me, right, it would steal my peace of mind. And I would wake up, like I would come back to as I would finally fucking calm down and my nervous system would fucking relax. And I'd realize that I just caused more fucking pain and suffering. I just fucked my life over more. I made a bigger mess out of shit, right? I turned a fucking little tiny fucking grain of sand into a big ass fucking mountain of problems. And I was someone that I was never satisfied with that, because that has caused me even more emotional pain and turmoil and fucking regret and shame and embarrassment, all the bad shit. And that's where I finally said, motherfuckers, enough's a fucking enough. I'm changing everything if I have to. I'll change every fucking thing in order to have what? A greater sense of self-mastery, a greater sense of fucking self-control, self-regulation, self-control, right? Being able to see that someone is hurting, man, like, and that I don't have to feel insulted or be offended or respond fucking harshly towards people that are probably just suffering. Like I said, man, everyone is suffering to a certain degree. Where does the suffering come from? Unmet expectations, childhood, unresolved fucking childhood trauma, right? Fucking self-sabotaging fucking behaviors, right? Hiding the fucking big ass skeletons in our closets, being ashamed of ourselves, not accepting ourselves for who we are, contorting ourselves, right? To meet someone else's fucking needs, to earn someone else's approval, being less of who we are, devaluing our boundaries, allowing people to walk all over us, right? Minimizing our voice, our opinion in order to keep someone else happy. Like, that shit is not fucking okay in 2022, motherfuckers. Wake the fuck up, right? Time to grow a fucking set, and like time to get real with who you are. And it's the healing, man. And it's fucking painful. I'm giving you guys the warning. If you want to truly heal, it is more fucking painful than the wounds. I'm telling you guys, it's fucking painful, but it feels good. There is relief. It doesn't last forever. It doesn't just continue. If you can truly fucking sit there in the dark nights of the soul and honor yourself, honor these things that have caused you the pain that you are feeling, that you are suppressing, that when you finally are willing to open up that hatch and let that fucking shit out, man, for it to process through every cell of your body, it is painful, right? And some of us are so fucking full of ourselves that we won't even allow ourselves to be emotional. And that is where I've transitioned to, where I used to only play with like one emotion: anger, rage, hate, like fucking frustration, right? It was that shit. Be mad. To now, it's like, I know when I'm anxious. I know when I'm nervous. I know when I'm just sad. I know when I'm lonely. I know when I've just been fucking heartbroken. There's all these other things going on. Nervous, right? And I can now call it what it is, and then like say, where's this coming from? And honoring myself. One of the first videos I did the first week in January was really talking about processing emotions, and how I now, when I'm feeling sad, something's coming up, I can't stop the thought process. It keeps coming up. I just say, I'm gonna deal with this right now. Let's turn on some music. Let's put on a song. Let's do something that stirs up even more of those emotions, the sadness, the loneliness, the heartbreak, the pain, and just let it fucking process, man. Just break the fuck down, right? Just release it. Release the pain. Acknowledge it. Let it come out of your fucking soul. And that's something that only you and you can do alone, man. Ain't nobody gonna be there to hold your hand, because it ain't the same when someone's rubbing your back. It's gonna be okay. And rubbing your tummy. It's gonna be okay. You're gonna be fine. Nothing's wrong. Everything's gonna be fine. You can get through this. All that's true. All that support is great. But for you to truly get through it, cross the bridge from being fucking wounded to being healed, it takes you being courageous, for you facing the fucking demons in your life, you facing the fucking pain that you have encountered, that you have, not only the pain that you've encountered, but the emotional result, the residue emotionally that continues to play itself out in your life each and every fucking day, right? If you need some help, some guidance on this, right, reach out to me. I'm not a fucking expert in this. I'm not trying to pretend to be some fucking psychologist, psychiatrist, none of that bullshit, right? I'm just living life. I've experienced enough of transformation, right? 10 years of sobriety, 10 years of really just continuing to put myself on the edge of just growth and learning the life lessons. And then I have this gift of fucking sharing it with the world, sharing it with an audience, to say, hey, look, here's what I've experienced. Here's what I've been through. Here's some of the resources that I've used. Here's the program that I feel works best for me. Give it a try. If you're going through some of this shit, if this message connects with you. And I hope that you will find some true peace, some true inner peace. There's some dark shit in this world, man. And a lot of you are carrying around some very, very dark things that you have experienced, that you have put yourself through, that you are so ashamed of, right? The skeletons in the closet, man, the shit that you just never want it to see the light of day. You got to reconcile with that. And it's better to do it sooner than later, but it's got to be on your time, right? Your time's got to be your time. For whatever reason, right now is my time to go through and process some dark nights of the soul. And I truly believe that the reason why that's happening right now is, I told you guys, the bigger the challenge, the bigger the breakthrough. I have blockages from old wounds from my past that need to get cleared, so that I can then even go to the next level, the next level, the next level, because that is what I'm aiming towards. I am not aiming in the fucking dirt, right? I'm aiming fucking really high. And I intend to make a fucking impact in this world, an impact in the lives of other people, as many days as I have. As long as I still have a voice and an ability to speak, right? To use my fucking experiences to share and to give of others, call it fucking unconditional love. I don't know what it is, what keeps me coming back on here, but there is something. I'm still searching. I haven't figured it all out. I hope you have. If you have figured out everything, if you have all the answers to life, and it's the fact that Jesus died on the cross, good for you, right? That's amazing. That's amazing that you have figured that out. Like, your life is complete now. What do you got to do now? Just what? Walk that shit out. Walk it out, man. Walk it out, because he gave his fucking life, right? That dude fucking laid down his life to save your ass. What the fuck are you doing with your life? If that's the shit you believe, what the fuck are you doing with your life, right? Because I've lost brothers, military fucking brothers I've lost, right? 19 years old, I was a Navy corpsman, man. I was fucking over there providing life-saving fucking CPR on a fucking Marine about the same age, man. Just two fucking boys. And my responsibility was try to save this other boy, right? And guess what? It didn't work. It didn't work. Didn't save him. Couldn't save his ass, right? So I carry that around because that man died in my presence, under my fucking watch, with some of my other corpsman brothers. We all fucking try to bring him back, man. That was a painful fucking time, right? But I carry that around with me, and I carry around even my friends that have taken their lives, right? Because of the pain and suffering. And I had a premonition many years ago, 5-6 years ago, Memorial Day. And I used to go to all the dog and pony shows, and I had this premonition: if all the fucking service members that can't embrace their family, that can't kiss their spouse, can't play with their kids, can't celebrate a birthday, Christmas, holidays, Easter, whatever the fuck it is, they don't get to do that no more. They're done. They're gone. Their story's ended. Their memory will live on, right? Their sacrifice should be honored. But it's, how do you honor sacrifice, right? If you're trying to honor the sacrifice of men and women that have bravely fought to maintain the freedom and integrity of this country, right? How are you living your life? If you're someone that believes in a savior giving of his life to save your life, how the fuck are you living your life? Depressed, anxious, promiscuous, self-medicated, sad, lonely, no ambition, living fat and fucking nasty, unhealthy, right? Nothing. Can you look yourself in the mirror, right, with clear eyes and say, you know what? My life is an example. My life honors the sacrifice of something else, something that was sacrificed to save me, right? I honor it by living my life maxed out every fucking day. No fucking excuses. Can you take that challenge on? Can you look yourself in the fucking eyes and say, guess what? I'm living a maxed out life because someone died for me. Someone has died that they meant something to me, and I'm going to live my life to the fullest every fucking day, so that when they can't fucking embrace their family, kiss their loved one, right? Celebrate life in general, just be grateful for the fucking breath of air, right? My life is an example of living life to the fullest. I leave nothing for granted. I take nothing for granted. Are you that motherfucker? Or are you just a hypocrite? You're just playing a fucking game, showing up to the membership meetings, paying them dues, if you're even paying them dues, singing them songs, right? Holding them hands up high, but your life is not true reflection of what the sacrifice it took for you to even be here. You got to quit being a hypocrite, motherfuckers, because remember, results kill excuses. It's all on me. Greg's out.